So you want to be some minimalist? You want to be a guy who doesn't work that long, doesn't want to be part of the corporate world, who wants to, I don't know, go to forests, go to the beach, practice their passions, just have fun, enjoy themselves, not too fussed about, material objects. I've got the advice for you. Now you got to go against the trends. Now, most people in, say, Ireland would want to move to, big city like, maybe Dublin, Cork, Galway, and you get all these people being dragged in from the countryside into the cities, and people in the cities tend to stay in the cities or maybe even move to a bigger city. And do you know what I mean? And that's kind of how it works. I'm sure that's how it works in like all countries across the world. But you got to do the opposite, all right? Because in the smaller towns, in culture areas like Sligo, Donegal, Wexford, I don't know, Kerry, it's a lot cheaper. Do you know what I mean? Now, I'm from South Dublin, quite an expensive area, not a good place to be if you want to be a minimalist. The rent is very expensive and stuff, and if you want to escape this expensive world, you got to move somewhere else. Move to, I don't know, anywhere that's cheap. Do you know what I mean? And that this is my motto. Spend less, work less. Alright, that's what you should aim for. So you got cheap rent. You got cheap. You have to spend money on food, of course. But you try to spend as little money as possible outside of that. Minimize your costs. Do you know what I mean? And you could by doing this, you could work less hours. So get a job, maybe I don't know, fast food or Uber Eats or somewhere like that. Say fast food, flexi hours, you choose your own hours, choose your own availability, because it's mainly for like students. I work for McDonald's. Most of the workers there are students, and they just work at McDonald's part-time. So let's say you're living up in Letterkenny or Donegal or Sligo or somewhere like that. You rent a room for, let's say, €40 a week, which you can get up there. You're like me, you spend €70 a week on food. That brings your total cost for the week at €110. €110 for a week. And at McDonald's starting out, you make like, was it €10 an hour if you're like over 18, which is really good, or 18 and over, I should say. So the thing is, what you could do is just work as few hours as you can get away with. I'd say maybe work a little bit more than 11 hours, because you want to make money. You want to save up a little bit just so you're not going broke. Do you know what I mean? Just in case you need to buy something else. So I'd say maybe work 15 hours. So you're making €40 more than what you need. You're saving up a little bit. You're not going broke. You know what I mean? And by doing that, you're working 15 hours a week. 15. You could do that. You could do 3 days where you're working 5-hour shifts. You could do 2 days where you're working like 7.5-hour shifts. So you've got a huge amount of time to do other shit. You're not stuck you're not stuck in work for most of the day. You're not struggling to find the time to do stuff. Do you know what I mean? You're not just spending an hour making YouTube videos. You're spending 5 or 6 hours making YouTube videos. And you have other time to do other shit. Like, I don't know, if you're a runner like me, you can run your 20 miles a day or whatever. You're not like stuck for time. Do you know what I mean? And that can be like a real liberator. Do you know what I mean? So yeah, I would suggest, if you want to be like a minimalist, if you're not too fussed about money and materialism, but you are fussed about hobbies and passions and spending time doing things you want to do, I definitely suggest going down this path.